instead of reaching the customer. I know what vehicle or vehicles they're interested in of my inventory, and then I may have a phone number or I may have some comments. That's a typical lead today, and that lead has a price value of X in the market today.
Well, $20, $25. We're all writing checks every month for it.
Fair enough. I'll take your word for it. That lead from Ron's Map is 100% free, no strings attached, no contract. So you put all your inventory up, and if you receive 100 leads this month, you don't get a phone. There's nothing. There's no contract. There's no cost. You get the leads for free. There's no commitment. You just put your inventory up. You receive your leads. You engage with the consumers, treat the consumers fairly, take care of them, sell the car. Have a great
So in other words, after you graduated seminary school, you decided to just go out there and just provide this value added to everybody out there, never collect any money. You don't do this for a living. There is no reason for anyone to ever take advantage of writing you a check. Is that correct?
No, that's not. That's not
I
true
figured I better say that because people are already jumping on and saying, "What do you mean free? How can it be free? Well, how do they monetize it? How do they make money?"
I mean free. Let me tell you how Ron's Map makes money.
There you
And by the way, I mean completely free. No contract. You won't ever see one.
Yeah, so far everything's free, but now how do you monetize it?
Okay, so there is something that's not free that your readers may want. I know that when I work with literally hundreds, thousands of dealers across the country, whether it's brick and mortar or online, I know that they wanted this, so we found a way to put it together. Here's what is not free. What is not free is a product that's called the Seller's Vantage, and it's just designed to be what it sounds like. It's your vantage. It's your viewpoint, right? Not advantage, because certainly it's not sort of socially correct.
Correct.
For any of us to think we have an advantage over our consumer. That would be, by the way, the final nail in your coffin.
Correct.
So this is a seller's vantage as in terms of viewpoint. Now, with the seller's vantage, when Ron Morrison uses Ron's Map and compares the GT versus the XP versus the LE, whatever brand, make, model, and I compare them side by side, or I put them in my short list because I'm thinking about it or I'm comparing it, when I communicate or engage with one of those dealers, let's say, Phil, you're selling the GT, and I reach out and I ask you, do you have it in white, or do you have a CD changer, or are you willing to take, $26,500 for the car, whatever the customer might ask. In addition to getting the lead, wouldn't it be powerful if you also knew what else I was comparing you to, so that you could sort of get an insight into my intention, right? So you're no longer blind. So we show you what the customer is comparing your vehicle to. So now you're better able to respond. Is this a price scenario? Or to your point earlier, is this a land them on the right car scenario? Mm-hmm. Is this a feature scenario? Is it a distance scenario, meaning how far the car is from the consumer? So you get some insight. Even the most novice internet sales manager says, wow, they're comparing me to Joe down the street. He's $1,000 less, but he's got 40,000 more miles on the car. They're also comparing me to a van when I'm selling a truck. Mm-hmm. So now even the novice salesperson has talking points, has a better rapport level. He can position his product or even other products in his inventory more effectively. In addition,
with only a minute left, Ron, I'm going to have to cap it off with a comment because it's so important that everyone gets the issue that you just surfaced, and that is, with all due respect to the guys out there buying leads, you don't have the resources anymore to cut through the chase. You need to really cut through the clutter and get to the real opportunities to have a dialogue and a conversation relevant to your customer. And if you have to cold call out of a guy's name and number and figure out then what they're looking for, by the time you realize that you haven't answered their question the way they meant it, they're already dialing the dollars for another store. So it's so important that we recognize that what Ron's Map monetizes is the information, the intellectual property, the intelligence for both the consumer's perspective as to what they're looking for, market intelligence, as far as competitive comparisons. I'll expand on it for you because I talk faster than you do. The ability to actually resource the information of other vehicles that are on the net that they may not have yet found, but I guarantee you they will, providing all of this information so the dealership can create his first pencil. Our first conversation to be specific to the customer's needs is the key differentiator that I got excited about with Ron's Map. With all honesty, the need to monetize a relationship should start with you go first. And we did. Ron's Map went first. They provided the platform. They provided the lead. They provided the opportunity to differentiate your inventory from the rest. They push it out into the World Wide Web, all for free because what are friends for? The next step, however, is to monetize the information to help you actually sell a car, which is the end game for all of us. With 20 seconds left, Ron, you got about that much to tell me why it is people should get in touch with Ron's Map and how they should do that.
Number one, why it is because we completely believe that we're consumer site. We empower the consumers, and if a dealer wants to engage with a consumer, you know the deal. You need to be where the consumer is, and you need to be where the empowered, socially aware consumer is, number one. How you get a hold of us? info@ronsmap.com. If you'd like, you can email me directly, ronmorrison@ronsmap.com. Be happy to engage further and answer more of your questions, connect you with our data partners so that you can get your inventory moved into. And we may already have it, for that matter. And if we don't, we'll certainly help you get your inventory over. Phil, I hope that answers the question.
It does, and I'll go further than that. Obviously, you can also reach out to adagencyonline.net. They are a preferred vendor on our site. There's a link directly accessing them from me and to you and yours. Also, in the real-world venue, if you missed the NADA party, shame on you. But the next platform we're going to be getting together with some drinks and conversation is going to be at the Digital Dealer Conference. It's in Orlando, April 20th through the 22nd. I strongly recommend that you attend for the obvious reasons of not only listening and learning about Ron's map, but some of the other toys in our toolbox. We've taken on some new vendor clients recently. We have DealerMouth.com. We have, GetAutoAppraise.com. We have our history with Sister Technologies. We have all of the platforms such as Argistics, Auto Transaction. You notice the one thing they all have in common is they're bleeding edge. They're dealing with proprietary technologies to satisfy existing problems with solutions that we can all share. Meanwhile, what I say always before I end the show is what are friends for? Happy to help. Ron, I'll be getting back in touch because we've got to start getting ready for the party at the Digital Dealer, don't we?
Absolutely. Looking forward to that. Thank you, Phil, for inviting Ron's Map on the call.
We'll have you on again. You know that. Bye, guys.
Thank you.